All right. Um, Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. So, if you can hear me, you can just drop some reactions. Okay, you can drop some reactions on the comment section. Drop your emojis. Drop all of that. Let's get right into it. We apologize sincerely for the little delay. We apologize for the little delay and for we had some technical issues. We are trying to fix it up. Um, and we have been able to get that out of the way. So we dive right into the reason why we are here. So, but please, if you can hear me, just drop your emojis, your comments, your anticipation. Let's see that vibe, that energy. Let it come to play. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see the ancient word. I can see I am Faye. I can see Priska. I can see Faith Richard. I can see Iffy Wage Creation. You guys are really, really, really wonderful. Your names are very, very unique. So yes, more of that, more reactions, more messages. Um, good evening, the ancient words. Good evening, the favorite creation. Good evening, Priska. I am Faye. I love that emoji. Good evening, good evening. So we are going to be going into it shortly. Yes, yes, fire, fire. Don't burn down the YouTube, please. Don't burn down. But I love the energy. Don't burn down YouTube, but yes. So more emojis, more fire emojis, more of that. While we get on the way with today's class. Welcome, Mugogo. You're welcome. We're happy to have you here with us. You're highly, highly welcome. If at any point you cannot hear me, please make sure you draw my attention to it. If at any point you cannot hear me, please draw my attention to it. Thank you so much. Okay. Um, for those just joining us, we are really sorry for the delay. We are really honestly sorry for the delay. Honestly sorry. Some technical issues here and there, but thanks be to God, we are really able to fix it. So quick one, you can go on the group chat and share the link. You can share this link to as many persons as you can. Post on your status. We have started. You can add via. You can add a lot of messages. I think on the group we are over 100 persons there, so you should expecting nothing less than 100 persons on this live call. So you can, yes, I love the energy on the comment sections. It's motivating me. I love the energy there. So yes, we can keep it up. Let's share. You can like the video, share the link, share the video, share the live stream to as many persons as you can. Share the live stream, share the live stream, share the live stream. Um, while we set up and kick off. Oh God. If village, you want to burn down YouTube. If village creation, you want to burn down, please don't burn down the comment section. The fire emoji is scaring me now at this point. So I don't know. Like you came. Welcome to everyone. Please share the link, share the images, post on your status, post on Facebook, on WhatsApp, share to groups everywhere you can. Let's get as much persons to be on this live call. And while you're at it, you can get your pen, your paper. If you have your laptop charged ready, you can get that as well. Set that up, set up your phone, set up everything you know you need to get all the value you can get from this class. So we have started, and I promise you it's going to be very, very wonderful. It's going to be very, very wonderful. We have we have kick-started the class already. So, and I promise you it's going to be really, really, really nice. So share the link, get the images out, drop your emojis, your anticipation, start prepping your questions. I know some of us we have had questions, although our Q&A session is not going to be today, it's going to be on Sunday. But I believe that there are some things you also want to say. You can start brainstorming, right? You can start coming up with this. We are going to be starting in few minutes, very, very few minutes. So I'm just making sure nothing is everything is fine and working perfectly so that at the end of the day we don't have any difficulty with the live stream. I'm just making sure confirming everything and making sure everything is set for everything is set for the call today. All right. So let's begin. Let's begin. Let's begin. No more delay. No more delay. Let's begin. Let's kick off right away. So welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. If I just joining, if I just joining, this is day one of the 3 days um free church flyer design tutorial. And this is just day one. We have day two, day three to cover a lot of grounds regarding church flyer design, right? I'm not the only person hosting this. In fact, I'm not the host actually. Um, I myself, my name is Gostan Megwebe. I'm a designer. Um, Basically, I'm a designer and also a child of God, like, right? I'm a child of God. I do designs both for church and other brands, but mainly, I call myself a church designer, and I'm proud of it, right? So, the other host would might not be joining us because of some technical issues, but I believe he is also on the live call, so he would be available online if there are any questions, any difficulties, or any issues. Basically, he'll be available online to respond and fix it. All right. So let's get into it. I believe this is church flyer design, so we are all Christians, maybe. And I always like to start anything I do with prayers. So if you are here with me, um, we can just quickly pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your grace. We thank you for your mercies. And we give you all glory for all you have done for us. We commit this section onto your hands and we ask for divine direction, divine speed, divine wisdom, and excellence in the name of Jesus. Everything we do here is perfect, is unique. Every wisdom we are going to get shall come from you directly, and everything we are going to learn shall stay with us and develop us, build ourselves, our minds, our careers in the name of Jesus. And at the end, the glory will be yours. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. If at any point you can't hear me, please make sure to drop something on the comment section. Just indicate, oh, I can't hear you, something is wrong, this and that. Just make sure you are getting all the value you can get on the call. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony is just active, and I like that. Anthony is very, very active. I like that. Antonio. That's a very unique name. All right. Okay. So wonderful. Our host just joined. I'm going to be adding him to the call right now. Our host just joined, so I think he has some things to say before we kick off. Before we kick off. So, sir, we can hear you. If you can hear us, if you can hear me, we can hear you. So you can.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Please, if you can hear me, just respond with an emoji just to um, show that you can hear me. If you can hear me, just respond with an emoji. Or just say you can hear. I can hear you. Basically, okay. All right. All right. All right. Um. Um. Now I can't see our faces. I can't hear from us. But I would have loved to just hear from one or two persons what they anticipate. Right? I know that you filled it in when you were filling the form, right? But then I would have just loved to hear from us like directly, especially on today. Today that's like the D day. So I would have just loved to hear from us. But since that's not possible, or okay, if you can just type it in the comment section, what you anticipate and just your general your general reaction towards how the meeting will turn out to be. Just type it in the comment section. Um, yeah, just type it in the comment section. I'm looking to see. I'm looking to see. Okay, we have 21 persons already. We have 21 persons already. That's at least we are pushing. But we are supposed to be more than this because we have about 100 persons on the group chat. So we are supposed to be more than this. So please and please, if probably you sent this link to somebody on your okay, somebody in your contact list, that okay, this meeting, such a meeting is going on. You sent it to them. So just go back to those people and just remind them that okay, Okay, I've been anticipating for months and I'm hoping to upgrade and upskill my skills. That's great, Anthony Antonio. Okay, that's great. And I'm hoping and trusting God that you will definitely
Okay, I think something went wrong, and Mr. Destiny, we can't hear him anymore. I
saying
don't
that
know
he
if you
can't
can hear
hear
him
me.
as well. Okay, he's back.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you guys hear me now? Hello? Okay.
Yes,
Um
yes, sir, we can hear you.
okay. So as I was saying, these are personal tips and strategies that we have imbibed in our own design process and that has helped us this far. Somebody said, if you read creation, said, I want to increase. Oh, I missed that. But yes, these are personal strategies that we have imbibed in our own design process. I want to increase and broaden my skill on church flyer designing. All right, all right. So, but before we proceed, I don't know if I'm not sure we are afraid, because this is what we are doing um, is related to church and the spiritual, right? Um, Maybe if this was some secular design tutorial, then maybe we probably not have prayed, but because this is related to church and the spiritual, so yeah, we have to pray. So I'll just pray shortly. Um, in Jesus' name, in the mighty name of Jesus, Father, thank you for today. Thank you for the opportunity to do this. Thank you for helping us this far. Lord, that even as we start, we ask that may you start with us in the name of Jesus. Lord, teach us timeless skills, strategies, tips, processes, for us, so that by the time we are done with this class, we'll go back and we'll see improvements in our designs and in our design processes. Help us, Lord, for in Jesus' mightiest name we are free. Amen. So yes, um, now oh, let me just do a brief introduction. I'll just do a brief introduction. I've had several people coming to me asking me, okay, how do you do this stuff? How do you do this stuff? Especially when it concerns church design. And I think why this class matters is because we have come to a point in time where church church flyer design, and basically every other asset that is related to church design, not just flyers, but every other asset that is related to church design, we have come to a point where um, it's more like an industry now. It's more like an industry, so to speak. It's more like an industry. It has come to stay, right? It has come to stay. We now have a lot of people. We now have a lot. In fact, not just church design, but church media as a whole. It has come to become an industry. It has come to become an industry. Different people earn from it now. Not just the service part of it when it concerns, okay, serving in church, but um earning from it as a means of livelihood. Different people earn from it as a means of livelihood. So it's an industry now, right? So it's important that for us, we as Christians that we are, it's important that for us that we push out excellent stuff when it concerns the flyer designs that we make, right? We push out excellent stuff. So that is the reason for the class. That's why we are doing this, so that we can gain tips, strategies, ideas, so that we can better our designs. So that whenever you are designing for your church, for your local assembly, you can, some of these tips that you'll be learning, some of these tips that you'll be learning today, you can use them whenever you are designing, right? You can use them whenever you are designing. Or if you are contracted for a job, flyer design, church flyer design, some of these tips will help you along the way, right? Some of these tips will help you along the way. So it matters a lot. It matters a lot. And a lot of people have come to me in my DMs. How do I do this stuff? How do I do this stuff? Okay, I'm trying to do this. And how did you create this design? Wow, this design is nice. Okay, how do you design basically? Right? And I've also figured out that for a lot of people, especially beginners, which I also, when I started, I also faced this as a challenge. How do I come up with concepts? How do I come up with concepts? How do I, when I see a design brief, they tell me, okay, design this. We have this theme. Okay, the church and I. Let's say, for example, it's a theme, or um, um, breakthrough, or purpose, purpose and I, or God, purpose and I. Let me use that. God, purpose and I. You have such a theme, and you are told to come up with a concept. A lot of people struggle with it. Okay, how do I come up with a concept? How do I come up with a design? How do I translate that design? Sorry, how do I translate that topic into a design? How do I translate it into a design and then do it, make it beautiful, increase the aesthetics, make it just visually pleasing, and not just doing that, keeping with the principles of design. How do I make it just look nice, look okay? A lot of people struggle with that, especially beginners rather. So you'll be learning some of these things. You'll be learning some of these things, especially, and like I said, I've noticed it a lot of times. Concept generation, how to mood board, how to generate concepts, how to come up with ideas, right? How to come up with ideas. A lot of you, you are stuck with one layout. Whenever you want to design, it's only one layout of. Whenever you want to design, you just know only one layout. Whenever you want to design, it doesn't. You have never um designed something outside of that layout. It has just been one thing, one thing, one thing, one thing, and your church has been complaining that this guy, give us like something dynamic, make it more pleasing, because you have been designing one thing, one layout. Let's say, for example, the logo at the top, the theme at the middle, the date is always one place, the address is always one place, the time is always one place. It's not dynamic. It has just been okay. Your pastor's picture or the minister's picture is just one place. There's no dynamism to it. It has just been one layout that you have been using for since you started designing for your church or for whoever you have been designing for. So as we go about the class, you just, especially when it comes to when I'll teach on concept generation and mood boarding, when I teach on that, you will see how to come up with different ideas. You see how to come up with different ideas, how to just be dynamic in your design, how to be dynamic in your design, and how to understand that your design artboard is your playground. A lot of people do not know this, and the moment you realize this, the easier it gets for you to design. Understanding that your design artboard is your playground, is your playground. Just be creative with it. Just be creative with it. Don't be stuck with one idea. Don't be stuck with one layout. Don't, just be creative with it. Your design artboard is, and if there's anything that you would go, I I trust that you should go home with is knowing this, marking this, putting this in your heart that your design artboard is your playground. It is your playground. Be creative with it. You know the way children, I'll be done with this introduction soon, and God's time will kick off the he will be handling the photo manipulation aspect of this class. He's a guru when it concerns that aspect. Now, Baba. So I was saying this that children, for example, when you see them playing with sand, you just see the way they come up with, they mold the sand in different ways, right? They just mold the sand in different ways. They can make it into a ball, they can make it into a star, they can make it into a box, they can make it into different shapes. They are just creative. They are not boxing themselves. They are not boxing themselves. They are just being creative. And for them, they are not what's the word now? Basically, they are just being creative. So you should begin to see your design artboard as that from now on. Your design artboard is your playground. Just be creative with it. Just be creative with it. Even such that you can even be creative to the extent that, let me just say this in passing, you can be creative to the extent that, see some of those design principles. I know that you have been told that, okay, for example, colors, you should not use more than three colors or four colors at best. But when you understand this, and yes, when you understand this, you can go outside of your design principles and your design will still look amazing. You can go outside of your design principles and your design will still look amazing when you understand this. Well, obviously, you need to know the principles first of all, even if you want to be creative and you want to go outside of your design principles, but you still need to know the principles either way. So that's just it. That's just it. So I'm hoping and trusting God that for the next 3 days, from today till Sunday, you would have gained a lot, a lot. And just to say this, and I'll end with this: you cannot be you cannot be like the people that you admire in graphic design. The people that when you see their designs, you are just, wow, how did this person do this stuff? How did this person do this stuff? You cannot be that if you don't practice. You cannot grow to those heights if you do not practice. If you do not practice. So after this class, you do yourself good. You go back, practice on these things that has been taught so far, right? Practice these things that have been taught so far. You will do yourself a lot of good. Practice, and not just what we'll be teaching, but get other briefs, design briefs, maybe generate it from ChatGPT or something. Get it and practice, 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 practice a lot, practice a lot, at least an hour every day, at least an hour every day, at least an hour every day. Practice, 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 practice. Some of those guys that you see, if they tell you how much time they design in a day, you would understand why they are the way they are. Some of them spend as much as 12 hours designing a day. I've done it personally. I've 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 spent as much as 12 hours, and that's just me being modest. I want to leave it at that. Being modest. I've spent more than that too, but that's just me being modest. So you just have to practice, practice, practice a lot, practice a lot. So I'll just end with that, and God's time will kick off from there. Thank you very much. God's time, you can start. Are you there? Hello, God's time. All right. So yeah, I think we should just give him a minute. It's coming. It's coming right up. Just give him a minute. Oh yeah, as I was saying, just practice a lot. Practice a lot. Give yourself to give yourself to constant practice. You won't be able to you won't be able to get to those heights that you admire if you do not practice. And one other thing too that helped me um is the fact that one thing that I do on a daily basis, at least for an hour, every day, every single day, except of course days where I have a lot to do and I'm not opportune to do this. But I try to create time every day. I go on Pinterest. I go on Pinterest and I view visually appealing designs. I view visually appealing designs. I do this from time to time. I do this every day. Every day. I do this every day. And one of the advantages of doing this is that it trains your mind to see what to know what good design looks like. It trains your mind. It sharpens your mind. It sharpens your design edge. It sharpens your design mind. Doing this every day. Doing this every day. And it keeps you fresh with ideas. It keeps you fresh with ideas. Whenever you have a design to work on, whenever you have a design to work on, and let's say you just have an impromptu design to work on, you do not have the time to start looking for inspiration. You do not have the time to start looking for inspiration. Once once this is a culture that you have imbibed, the culture of viewing designs, good designs on a daily basis, once you have imbibed this as a culture, what it does for you is that whenever you have a design brief to work on, whenever you have a design brief to work on, it just you you just know what to do. Like it's just like a bank of creative ideas that you just store up there. And whenever you have maybe an impromptu design to work on, it's just like you going to that bank and you just come up with ideas. You just know that I'll put this here, I'll do 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 this here, because you have the bank up here. You have the bank up here. Let me just give an example. um few days ago, I was asked to work on an impromptu design. On the spot, I was asked to work on a design, and I was asked to work on a design, and it was on the spot, right? Now, I didn't have time to start looking for plenty inspiration. How do I do this stuff? How do I do this stuff? When I was given the brief, the brief said create a billboard design. This is the copy. I was given the copy. Let me see if I can remember the copy. I can't remember the copy now, but I was given the copy, and as soon as I was given the copy, I just started thinking in my head, oh, okay. This is how I can go about this. This is how I can. This is where I'll place this stuff. This is the choice of picture that I need for it. Um, this is the kind of background that I'll need for it. This is the elements. These are the kind of elements that I'll need for it. It just came once. I didn't need to search for much, take time to search for inspiration because I've already built a bank up here. I have already built a bank up here, right? And that has helped me so far. That has helped me so far. So these are things that these are cultures that I have personally imbibed, right? These are cultures that I've personally imbibed, and it has worked out for me. It has worked out for me. It has made me stand out. So yeah, God's time, are we good to go?
Okay,
Hello,
good
God's time.
evening, everybody. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm very, very sorry for logging off. I had some very funny technical issue, but I'm back now. So um, I think we are good to go. We are good to go. Yeah.
All
Can you
right,
hear
we are
me?
with
If you
you.
can hear me, you can drop an emoji or comment or something. Okay. All right. This evening we are going to be learning about or talking about photo manipulation. Of course, we are going to do some practicals, but there are some things I would like to say before we get into Photoshop, right? So the whole idea of photo manipulation is you are doing this playing with images in Photoshop, and I want to believe that a good number of us here um, can use Photoshop to an extent. But I'm going to be explaining whatever I do, so but it will be easier for us to have a background knowledge in Photoshop already. So if you can still hear me, just signify by dropping an emoji. If you can still hear me, you can just signify by dropping an emoji or a comment. So Destiny, can you hear me? Okay. All right. Wonderful. I'm going to share my screen right now. Oh, someone is saying that my voice is down. Is everybody having that same issue, or is just admin studios? Is everybody having that same issue, or is just admin studios? If you know you can't hear me clearly, please, it's very important that you can hear me. Please, just let me know so that I can fix it on my end. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? I don't know what's going on, but okay. So let's go right into it. So manipulation, right? Photo manipulation. I'm supposed to be projecting some images, but they are not coming up. So I don't want to waste any more time. If they are coming up, when they come up, everybody will get to see it. Um, Photo manipulation for church designs. Now, gone are the days where we have we see basic flat designs, right? You just have your the team, the pastor, the ministers, the church logo, the church design, and everything is just flat on screen. Got it in play, but designs are beginning to evolve, right? We are trying to get the attention of people who are seeing these things. And one of the ways we can do that is bringing in the concept of photo manipulation. So let me try and share. Let me try and share again. I'm trying to share, but I don't know what's going on. My screen is, but this stream is just misbehaving. So okay, so photo manipulation. Now, if you are talking on the topic of photo manipulation, right? One of the main things you want to consider is imagery. One of the main things you really want to consider is good imagery in the terms of you are trying to play with reality. You are trying to mess with the mind of people. And the best way to do that is not by using plain gradients or solid color backgrounds. Best way to do that is to use images of real life objects, real life events, real life scenarios, real life environments. So photo manipulation in itself is just you trying to play with the reality of life in images and trying to tweak it to make capture their attention and trying to make people want to ask questions to why this is this or what's going on here, right? So as a designer, I'm saying this, I'm not saying as a church designer, as a designer, your job is to make sure everybody, your design gets a lot of attention. Now, as a church designer, your job is to make sure that they are not just looking at the flyer, but they are getting the message, they are feeling the emotions, they are feeling the passion, because this thing we are doing is more or less a spiritual work, right? A program is coming up, God wants to change the lives of people, but then people need to be able to understand that this is what's going to happen. So in the process of you trying to tweak images, you're not just tweaking it at random. You're not trying to put it for whatever you feel like, oh, it's beautiful, or whatever people feel like, oh, this makes sense. You're trying to work with the theme of the program, which is one of the most important things of every church flyer design. The theme of the program. I don't know. I'm here. I'm seeing people type yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Is it that you can't hear me, or I don't get? So, Destiny, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Because I'm seeing them type yes, sir, yes, sir. I didn't see anything, no,
I think
but I'm
I
seeing yes,
think
sir.
I think they are just replying to your like what you are saying.
Okay, okay, okay. That makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense. So, okay. So now one of the things I'm going to be listing out a few things that you need to really consider when you're doing photo manipulation, especially in Photoshop. So first off, we you are going to be you are going to be playing with a lot of perspectives.
I think he has gone off the call. Please just give a minute. We'll be back shortly. Okay, he's back.
Okay. So I said number one, I'm trying to list out things that you need to consider if you're going to be doing photo manipulation for church. So you need to understand perspective. And basically, perspective is just you trying to create an angle of view. So instead of people looking straight into a flat 2D design, you are trying to create a 3D space that people can. people can like view as though they were part of that environment, although as if they are in real life. So instead of you having one white red background, you're having a an environment, the perspective. You can be viewing up, viewing left, viewing right, but it's just in 3D dimension kind of, right? And it does not just only apply to yeah, it's 3D dimension, but most times it can be 2D dimension that looks like a 3D dimension. There's a way you can play with things of Photoshop, play with text of Photoshop, that it look as if they are popping out of the main design or they are popping out of the background, right?
Hello, Ghost time. Just in case you are speaking, I don't think we can hear you anymore. All right, he has gone off again. I'm guessing it must be network issues. You just give us a minute.
Hello guys. The network. I'm guessing that he's experiencing issues with his network. So please just give us a minute. Just give us a minute, please. I apologize for the technical issues so far. Please just give us a minute. Hello, guys. Gostam is experiencing issues with his network. He's experiencing issues with his network, so that's why you're not hearing anything.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry about breaking off. I'm really, really sorry about breaking off. And I don't know, but the network is very, very bad. So it cut me off for some time. But I think we are good to go now. I think I see me. Okay. I want to assume, can you just drop something on the comment section or anything, and I would go right into it. No more wasting time. We almost had it's almost time for us to round up, and we have spent an hour on this call already, on class already. So if you can hear me and you are watching, just send this something, and we are going to jump right into. Okay, yes. Okay, so I'll quickly just watch through it, right? Let me watch through it. I think probably we might have to continue tomorrow, but definitely we're going to do something. We're not going to waste the time we have spent here. So I was talking about photo manipulation, and said, um, I said designs have shifted recently from the normal regular flyer designs that you see to being more creative and more creative in the sense that we now see designs that capture attention a lot. And the reason for this is because of the photo manipulation adoption by designers, by such designers. So it's no longer just um, other random creatives right now doing photo manipulation. Such designs have begun to adopt it. And I believe that most of us have seen most of us have seen these designs, and we might be wondering, oh wow, wow, this is nice. How did they do this? Stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to be explaining today. I'm going to be explaining that today. I'm just trying to bring in some inspirations to explain what I mean, what I'm trying to say. Now, I was talking about some things you need to consider, more like principles you need to consider when you want to get into photo manipulation. When you want to get into photo manipulation as a designer. Now, first things first, you need to consider perspective, understand the idea of perspective. So people view things in 3D from a particular angle. There are angles to view, angles at which we view things, right? So everybody views things from a particular angle, right? So perspective matters. You are not just doing something flat. There must be a vanity point, a point at which the direction of the viewers are going to, right? So now there are a lot of tools in Photoshop, and many persons are not aware of them. But one of the few tools that you need for photo manipulation, especially for church designs, I'm going to be listing them out. You need your pen tool, right? You need your shape tool, you need your brush tool, you need your liquify tool, and you need perspective warp tool. Now, let me try and show us. Already we know where the pen tool is. For those of us who are conversant to Photoshop, we know where the pen tool is, right? We know where to get our pen tool. Um, we know where to get the shape tool, how to draw shapes in Photoshop. We know where to do all of that. Now, your perspective warp tool, first of all, your liquify tool is here. If you come to your filter, you come to liquify. If you come to filter, you come to liquify. Or you can press Shift Control X. Your liquify is there. Now, your perspective warp tool is under your your edit. So if you come to edit, you can come down to perspective warp or puppet warp. Now, these two are what you can use to adjust human figures. So if you want the person to be bent, straight, that and you don't want the image to be looking distorted or ugly, you're going to use the puppet warp or your perspective warp too. I'm going to show you an example. Now, if there are some things you want to quickly edit or adjust, right? And you want to, let's say you want to stretch an image, but you don't want it to look distorted, you're going to use your liquify tool. Now, liquify tool, pen tool, shape tool, your brush tool, and many other tools. These are what we are going to be looking at, or you should be considering when you want to do photo manipulation. All right. If you can still hear me, please drop an emoji, say something, and I would know that I'm still on track and I'm not off the call. So you can, if you can still hear me, just say something. Okay. Okay. Now, number three. Hope you are taking notes. Number three, thing you need to take note of is masking. 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 Now, if you look at our very first image here, you see that this thing is there is a there is a tower at the top, a building at the top. There are people here, and there's a man standing on a like a tree, kind of, right? So the crowd is representing students. The person is representing, let's say, the preacher. I will have like a log of wood or a mountain, right? Now, if you take into this, you see that these images naturally, this is not their background. This preacher, naturally, this is not the background in which it was taken for in which the photo was taken. This building, naturally, this is not how it looks like. There are other things around, there are objects around, maybe probably other buildings around. For these images, for the students, probably they are like in a complex or a church building, might be roof, ceilings, and all of that. So you see that the reason why this manipulation works is because the masking was done perfectly. The way the crowd pastor was taken out of the original image was perfectly done. The way the crowd was selected and the background was removed was perfectly done. The way the breathing was cut out, all these are masking. So you are trying to extract an image from an existing image and use it for another video, for another pass, for another and for another design. So that's masking. Number four is lighting and shadows. This is kind of the most important, but I place it fourth because most persons pay attention to lighting and shadow and they mix out their perspective and the tools they need, right? Lighting and shadows. Because in real world, everything has everything is affected by light, and if light is coming in, definitely there's going to be a shadow being cast. So you have to understand direction of light, how light is hitting it, the intensity of the light, and this will help you. I'll guide you to effect the necessary shadows to the image, right? So initially, the images you are going to be bringing in are not going to be they are not going to be like perfectly placed. So you're basically, like I said, you're extracting images from other images. For example, take a look at this design now, right? Naturally, this was not where it was taken, where the first photo was taken. It was not in a room like this, right? So you need to understand lighting, you need to understand the shadows because lighting will make it more realistic. Normally, in our natural light, the sun is shining, there's all this light, so it gives that realistic feel to it. Another thing we need to take note of is color grading. Color grading. So you are bringing random images. Photo manipulation involves you using different kind of images, and you want the colors of these images to match together. If you look at the designer, you see that there's a consistent feel of orange around everywhere, even on the image. Even on the image, there's a consistent feel of orange around everywhere, every single place. Right? There's a consistent feel of orange everywhere. If you check others, you see the same thing. This one has blue almost everywhere. If you check If you check this, there's an orange field, even on the face, the shadows, the way the texture and everything, there's a brown and orange field on it. If you check this as well, see the figure, colors are matching. You don't see her having blue and the background is having um red or something. Colors are matching. The overall tone of the image is matching, right? If you can see me, you can drop an emoji so that I can know that we are here together. Okay. So now color grading, number five, sorry, or number six rather, color grading. And last but not least is your camera raw filter. Now, if you are a Photoshop user, you know what camera raw filter is, and probably you might have used it before. Now, one thing professors don't know is that there are presets in camera raw. Camera raw is the final place where you add your final effects. Camera raw is the final place where you add it. In fact, before you export that design, make sure that design has gone through camera raw. That's where you balance the tones, balance the colors, balance the textures, right? Make it more, in design they'll say make it pop. That's where you are going to make it pop. The crispness, the sharpness of the design are going to be added in Camera Raw, right? So that being said, I hope we grasp that. I'm going to drop it in the comment section, at the least in the comment section right now. Please, if you know you heard that, just let me know. Let me drop. So I listed out I listed out seven things you need to consider if you want to understand photo manipulation perfectly. Seven things you need to know and learn if you really want to master photo manipulation. I just dropped them on the call. I just dropped them on the comment section rather. Right? So you can walk through it and see. Oh my god. I think the comment messed them up for me. But number one is perspective. Number two is pen, your tools, pen tool, shape tool, brush tool, liquify, puppet warp. Number four, number three is masking. Number four is lighting and shadows. Number five is color grading. Number six is camera raw filter. So those are the six things you need to put in your mind every time you are going into Photoshop to create a photo manipulation, whether for church or any other design, right? Now let's get into a more practical approach. So I gathered these images so I can use to give us context on what we are going to be doing today. We're going to do one for this class. We're supposed to design two, but because of the time and the issues and the technical faults, we're going to be postponing some of them probably to tomorrow. We'll kick off with photo manipulation and then we enter into concept generation with Sir Destiny. But for now, just for those of us who are able to be patient till this time, we owe you the class, we owe you the lecture, and I'm going to try as much as possible to quickly just show us something while we have little time left. By tomorrow, we can get deeply into it. We're going to do mad designs on this call, mad designs, right? I apologize sincerely for the cutoff and breaking and all of that technical issues. Really, it was beyond our control. Personally, it was beyond my control, and we tried as much as we can to avoid all these issues. We have been on this since about 5 p.m. setting it up, but unfortunately, a lot of things did not go well as planned. So, but I believe tomorrow will not be like this, and it's going to be as fast as possible. So let's continue. Um, we should not spend more than 30 minutes. By 9:20, we should be done. Whatever it is that we're going to be doing by 9:20, we should be done. I think Mr. Destiny is back. So now let's look at the designs gradually, and then we'll pick one to work on, and then we can fire down from there. So first of all, um, this design is not really that complicated. We just have images, and we have images, and we have text. These guys, I'll leave that. I personally like this a lot. This particular one, I like this one a lot. So, um, this one too. It's now Mr. Destiny was talking about concept generation. Many of us, once we just see, oh, the design details, the copy, we just plaster it, text, no image, nothing to capture attention, no visual representation. We just put background, put light flare, and then we export and send. But that's going to end from today. But there's a lot more you can do. Now, this is another very creative design. Very, very creative. Right? Very, very creative. You can see the marvelous idea behind this. You can see the marvelous idea behind this. So, and it's very, very simple as well. Now, let's break it down. Number one, perspective. Number one, perspective. Now, if this mountain was just to be on the back flat, the 3D angle field will not be there. You can tell obviously that this picture is a random image. It was not captured for this kind of design. Or the designer was careful enough to select something that would work. So probably he needed a picture of the pastor facing this angle. But it might not even be that he had this idea. Probably he just had only this picture and needed something to work with this picture. Now the pastor is facing this side, means that whatever it is you're going to put needs to be on the left. You don't want a situation where the pastor is facing this way and your design is facing um the opposite direction. Now, number one, perspective. See the way the prophetic entry, the text is being placed. Every of these things are placed together, right? And the way they are overlaid on the image. Number two, pen to shape to brush to liquify perspective work. Now, the pen tool was used to probably remove the background of this image. You can use your pen tool to draw shapes. The shape tool was used to draw these rectangles that you can see here, right? The shape tool was used to draw these rectangles that you can see here, right? What else? Brush tool. Now, obviously, you are going to brush some lights, brush some shadows. All of these shadows you see here are done with brushes. These shadows you see are done with brushes. Lights are done with brushes. There's a little light on the door here. They are done with brushes. Your shape to all of that, they are done with brushes. Now, apart from that, we looked at masking. Masking is the area where you are now bringing, moving backgrounds, removing excess information from images. For example, probably this picture was on an altar with a congregation behind him or something, or a pulpit. So you're going to mask him out perfectly well, right? What else? We looked at lighting and shadow. Now, if you look very carefully, you see that this door is emitting a yellow light. Because this picture is in front of it and very close to the door, if this light is bright enough, a little of it is supposed to touch on his skin. If you look very carefully, you see that on this right leg, there's a little orange light. On his hand here, there are little orange, like exposure of light. His head, his face, they are bright a bit. This is to mimic that. Oh, even though this is not real, he's not standing in front of this. But if this were to be in real life, if there is a light here, it should definitely touch his skin. This is where lighting comes from. This is where lighting starts from. This is where you begin to understand what lighting is. Now, if a light is coming from this direction, definitely a shadow is going to be cast. But the shadow is not going to go up or go to the left. It's going to go back, right? Shadows go in the direction of the light. If a shadow is coming from the right, if a light is coming from the right, shadow will go to the right. If the light is coming from the left, shadow will go to the left. It's as simple as that. If it's coming from top, it's going to spread around. If it's coming from, cannot come from under. But if it's coming from back, it's going to go to the front. If it's coming from the front, it's going to spread to the back. It's as simple as that. You just need to understand where the light direction is coming from. Pick a point and say, okay, my light is going to come from here. So meaning that if it's coming from here, if it touches the object here, shadows are going to be cast to this other side. Yes. And not everywhere on his body is going to be bright. Obviously, the light is not touching his back. So you don't expect his back to be bright or to have the same brightness with the front. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? If you can hear me, you can comment on the chat and I will know that I'm not talking to myself. Okay, okay. Thank you, Mr. Scribe. Thank you, Mr. Iseni. Thank you, Favor Okud. And thanks to every other person that's on this call right now. So just follow me. Follow me. We're not wasting much time. Just follow me. Now, you You get the idea, the message I'm trying to pass, right? So the lighting and shadows are very, very important. Now, moving on, we have color grading. Now, color grading, although these images, this design did not do justice to color grading, but there's something you also need to learn from it. Now, there's a kind of feel you are trying to see here. It's like a deserted place. You're trying to go from a dark area into an illuminated room, prophetic entry. You're getting, let's say, the person's life was dark, it was deserted, sand and everything, and be suffering, and you saw a door. There's a door open to you, a prophetic door of favor, blessings, and all of that. You're trying to get into it. Now, the background is not supposed to be colorful because that's not the message. So you should get why this thing is dark and all of that. Now, the only bright thing here in this image is the door and the human. And if you notice, there are some light on the floor, right? Some light on the sand. So color grading for images like this, you don't really need color grading because of the message. For this designer, the message is that, oh, I'm moving from a dark place to a brighter place, from darkness to light, that kind of thing. But for designs like this, right? For designs like this, you need color grading because the lighting in which this picture must have been taken might be different from the colors you're using for your design, or might be different from the brand colors of the church or the brand colors you're working with. Let's leave this design. Let's look at something. Look at this design, for example. Now, this design is trying to mimic an outdoor sunset kind of effect. You see the light. The light is very, very strong. It's very, very bright. Now, the sun is not white. The sun is not blue. The sun is not red. The sun is yellow. Right? If it's emitting light, it's giving off an orange feel. So this woman might have been captured on a very bright background, or maybe the colors are different. But you notice that her skin, the overall color, even down to the ego, is matching with the color tone of the design. That's color grading. Let's leave this. Let's check this out. Now, see this. You see the colors are smooth, matching, no contrast, no contrast. Now see this as well. See the colors are smooth and matching. Now, one of the reasons why the image is black and white, I feel is because the background. Normally, human skins are brown, chocolate, that kind of thing, orange. Now, the background do not have any shade of orange, and I feel the designer was trying to keep a dual tone color palette, red and purple. So probably that's why he added or made the photo black and white. Okay. Now, finally, camera roll. That's where you do your final retouching and all of that. But let's we have few minutes till we break off or cut on this call. So let's run through our quick design. Let's run through one quick design. So I I like I said, I like this design a lot. I like this design a lot. Right? I like this design a lot. I also like this a lot. Now, let's say we want to start designing. Now, what's the first thing you do? Let's say we want to do something like this. What's the first thing you do? First of all, get the message, get your copies, your information, all of those things. But let's say you have gotten those things from the church or from the client, right? Now you need your images to be as high quality as possible because Photoshop is a destructive tool. When I mean destructive, every single time you add an effect, every single time you make an adjustment, the quality of the image is dropping, the quality of the file is dropping. Forget all those things that say, oh, enhance the design, make it sharp. All those things are just you trying to make it seem as if it did not drop. But Photoshop is a raster software. It talks with pixels. As if you see, if I zoom in into this thing, you start seeing some boxes, right? You start seeing some boxes. So Photoshop is a raster software. Every single thing you do, it reduces the quality. As simple as resizing this guy like this, right? I'm bringing it back like this, reduce the quality. Right? That's why one of the ways they tried to avoid that was to add the feature of a camera roll. Right? One of the ways they tried to avoid that was to add the features of camera roll. So I'm not trying to delete some designs that we might not need. Okay. So, sorry, not a camera, sorry, of smart objects. So with smart objects, your designs can try to keep the quality, even if you are trying to make effects. But like I said, your pictures need to be in high resolution, every single one of them. And you need to get the concept. You need to get the concept. If you are downloading images from anywhere, even if you're using Pinterest, go to an image enhancer. Thank God we have AI models now. You can enhance your image for free. There's one I use. I'm going to let me drop the link on the comment section. There's one I use almost every time. Almost every time I use it. In fact, I use it not almost every time. Every time I use it, it's free, and you can upscale up to like 4K resolution. So I just dropped that on the comment section. You can upscale up to like 4K resolution with it, right? So make sure even if you're downloading from random sites, try and upscale it to the highest possible this thing. And now begin to layer your design. First off, you need your background. And we are not just using colors, we're using images now. So you can go online. I downloaded something this evening for this call. Uh where is it? Where is it? It's not exactly what is on the air, but I downloaded something from I generated something rather using AI. I generated something from the Gemini. I have a Gemini Pro account thanks to for those of us who are students on this call. If let's say you school in Uniben or the likes of it and you don't have Google AI Pro account and you have a school email, please go and register. It's free for 1 year. It gives you access to Google Gemini Pro, Google Image Generator Pro, Image Effects, Video 3 Pro, every single AI tool that Google has. It gives you the pro for it and it's for free for 1 year. So if you know you don't have it on this call, go online, search for it, or maybe you can message me on the group and I'll guide you on how to go do it. If you have a school email address, you're a student, it's only for students. Every other person go and look for money and pay for yourself. Right? So this is the image I downloaded. I'll quickly just going to remove this guy, this this person. I don't need him here. Let's see if I can quickly do that. So I'm using um the sports healing brush tool. Sports healing brush tool. Right? I'm using the sports healing brush tool. Mind you, whatever I'm going to do here might not be extremely perfect. I'm just trying to demonstrate. So it might not be perfect, like the examples I showed you, but I'm just trying to mimic. I'm just trying to create something as fast as I can. So I remove the spot. The if you have any questions, if you want to know the tool or you need what I said, please ask. Right? I use the sports healing brush tool. And my Photoshop is Photoshop 2024. So in case yours does not have, or you're wondering if I'm using the over no, it's Photoshop 2024. You can download it, or if your phone has all these features, you can go ahead and use it. So now I'm going to bring in a picture of a man of God, a picture of a man of God as the last time. Now we have our background. We have right. I don't have a team yet. I have a whatever. I'm just doing it for my head. Image for it. Again, I'm trying to get an image for the group pits. Just bear with me. To be very fast, just bear with me. If you can see him, please let me know. You can say something on the call. If you can still hear me, please just drop a message on the group on the comment section, and I would know that I'm not speaking to myself. Oh God, time has really gone. Time has really gone, and it's so sad. Uh, Okay, I think I found a podium. So I'm just going to bring a pulpit rather. I said podium. Sorry, I thought or altar. Some persons like to call it altar, but I don't think that's the altar though. I think it's a pulpit. Some persons call it altar, which is kind of weird. So I found this. So you might be wondering how quickly I was able to do that. If you see any image on if you're on your PC, if you see any image on Google, instead of it downloading it to your laptop to waste your space, you can copy images and paste on Photoshop directly. But the issue is it's going to be pasted as a rasterized layer. It's not going to be as a smart object. And you normally, if you're copying images, obviously the quality is not high, so it's not going to have the highest quality. But if it's not going to affect your design, you can surely do it. So I have this. I can quickly remove the background with the magic wand too. I can press my W, or you come to this guy. I think the magic wand too is here. One of the selections, so you can just come select the background here, and you use backspace to delete. You can use backspace to delete. There's still something here. I'm just going to select that and delete it. Backspace. Select and press backspace to delete. It only works for rasterized layers. If your image is a smart object, it's not going to work. It only works for rasterized layers. So mm, let me look for our pastor standing image. Oh, photo. Okay, I'm trying to get an image of our pastor. We have our pulpits. We have. Let me bring in the image of our pastor so that it will work. So I'm bringing in a very popular man of God, a very powerful man. Uh, so let me move the background for ish. Let me look for another image. This one, the background is not perfect. Shit. Okay, I think I found one. Uh, okay. Can you guys hear me? Let me delete this. About in our father. So instead of using the magic one tool, I'm going to be using the remove background tool here. The reason is because magic one selection tool only works for yes. So the magic one selection tool only works. If at any point you can't hear me, please comment to drop a comment. Drop a comment. What's going on? Okay. So if you can see my screen, can see what I'm doing, please say something. Can you guys see my screen? I think it stopped working. Okay. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but can you guys hear me? Can you see my screen or something? Okay. So my screen has stopped working. I think that's a very big problem because you need to see what I'm doing. You need to see what I'm doing. So, but what I'm going to do is, I think, yeah. So, Faith, which I thank you very much. Faith. Yes, I noticed it's not working and it's not coming back on. I'm trying to add it back, but it's not coming in. So what I will do is, um, I think we are going to end the call here. We are going to end exactly. It's just my PFP showing, and I'm trying to fix. I'm trying to fix that, but it's not giving me the button to. So I think we'll end this class for now. Yeah, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. Pick it up tomorrow. I don't want to waste any more time. I sincerely don't want to start trying to solve this thing and it's going over and over again. Right? So, what we're going to do is we're going to end the class here and we're going to pick up tomorrow. We are still going to do everything. We are still going to practice. We're still going to do photo manipulation. But photo manipulation is one of the core of this class. It'll be one of the reasons why it's do because a lot of persons are doing designs are just bland, that are just there, no vibe, nothing creative to it. Right? Yes, let's continue and begin tomorrow. Yes, I concur with that. So, thank you so very much for those of us that was able to stay. We have spent an hour 46 minutes on this call, 48 minutes rather, and it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Honestly, it's been a lot. Sorry for the technical issues. Sorry for the back and forth. Sorry for the break in transmission. We try that we have been on this for since 5 p.m. The platform we subscribed to use for the stream have been having some technical fault on their end that we're trying to fix it. So I think we just begin to know and hopefully it will be a good time. We will be starting earlier than 7 p.m. So we can cover up. We'll start earlier and then we can probably some persons will join us and they will kick off. So thank you so very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed the music that has been playing in the background. Thank you very much for joining. I'm really glad that some persons stayed till this time. Although we did get the numbers I wanted, but all things work together for good to them that love God, and I believe this is God's plan. So tomorrow we are going to continue, and please, you can go on the group, share. At least we learned something today, so you can share. I dropped a list of. I'm going to send everything I said on the group chat and all of those lists, the 6 things that I highlighted. You can begin to comment some things, make people feel like yes, something happened, even though we didn't do much, but let people understand that yes, something happened. Go invite more people. Tomorrow is going to be awesome. I promise you, there is not going to be any issue. I promise you that. No issue. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. You have a great time and see you tomorrow. The time, the venue, everything will be communicated to us as early as possible. So, good night.